Why did Grok fall apart last night? It was July 8th, and Grok had an increasingly unhinged series of extremist tweets and responses that were so bad that the chatbot is now banned in Turkey. It's the first chatbot that has ever been outright banned by a country, and Grok got themselves banned last night. I want to go through what isn't being told, the engineering decisions that led to this choice. And you might think, how do you know? Do you have proprietary information? It's all kind of being done in public. I don't have to have proprietary information. It's just that everyone else is talking about, Grok is being evil or Grok is being malevolent. It's actually just engineering cultural failures, and it's very obvious what's going on in that sense. So, number one, the Grok team decided to put an auto-rag on Grok. An auto-rag essentially is a way for X to build in recency, which in theory is a good thing. Hey, now it knows what's going on. But the problem is you've hooked up this recency filter to an absolute fire hose of information from X, and some of it is really, really toxic. If you don't have filtering on the data coming in, which apparently they didn't, what are you going to do? You're going to amplify whatever's there. And so that was the first issue. This is not actually about politics. If you were to build any kind of rag, you would still want the data coming in to be clean. That's just basic engineering.
Now guys, as we saw in the first video clip, it was more specifically about the Grok and its latest disaster that we saw online. It has become a little bit far right. It has become a little bit far right, just a little bit, just a tiny bit. That is mainly because in the newest update they have prioritized in the filters. They have prioritized in the man-made filters. They have prioritized recency. So as the data goes through the filters, they have prioritized recency of data that they have scrambled from Twitter, from X, and as we all know, Twitter and X has been a little bit on the right, just a little bit on the right. And so this recency of the data has created a tiny bit of a disaster. There needs to be a little bit of a cleanup. There needs to be a little bit more filtration of what the AI could come up with. But in today's video, I want to talk about AI more broadly. I want to talk about AI more broadly in a sense that AI cannot code. It's obvious. AI cannot reason, and you need to reason in order to be able to code. I don't know if you have ever coded in your entire life, but it's basically a mathematical equation, and when it comes to writing, real writing of a code, it's less than 10% of the job. It's people don't really write right. You know what I mean? Writing is not happening. When you write code, writing is not happening. It's not the important part of the job actually. But more on that later. Before we dive deep into this topic, before we truly dive deep into this today's topic, make sure to ask me for a tiny, I wanna guys ask you for a tiny little favor, or just a small little favor. Guys, make sure to smash that like button, make sure to smash that subscribe button. It really helps this channel grow, so please guys do it. Also check out my amazing unique blog. It is truly amazing, everything you ever wanted. It's truly fun, truly fun, and so make sure to check it out. Also, do not go anywhere, because at the end I have a huge, gargantuous, furry announcement to make. So don't go anywhere, and without further delays, let's go. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Guys, I just want to start by talking about my personal experience with coding. We actually had to do a tiny little game like a video game in school. It was a criminal investigation. We coded in a C# or C++. I'm not entirely sure. It's a basically dead language that almost nobody uses right now. It's no longer a language that people use on regular. But anyway, it was quite a yeah. I truly loved it game. I still have it on my computer. Still have it on my computer saved up. It was just a backend. There was no cosmetics, so it wasn't pretty. It was literally just a text-based game. It was very, very simple. It was fun though. But what I have learned about coding in general is that it is a math equation. You first have to analyze what it is the problem that you are trying to solve. Then you have to come up with a solution. And then maybe after that you write some code. But in reality, in today's age, all of the code has already been written. All of it. Unless you are literally at the 1% of the engineering market, of the engineering jobs. If you are truly at the 1%, maybe you are writing something that has never been written before, but everything has already been written on GitHub. So you can just, nobody really writes code. They just copy it from the GitHub. And instead of copying from GitHub, some people right now use ChatGPT. Basically, ChatGPT scraps GitHub. They basically stole the data from GitHub and they will serve it to you, so you don't have to Google for it. But the difference is slim to none. Basically, no one ever wrote a code, no one writes code. It's ctrl. The main thing that you actually do when you are a coder is you are solving a problems. The main part of the job is that you are solving mathematical equations, basically, and you are coming up with solution, and then you write down the solution, but the writing down has already been done, so no one really writes code. It's a nonsense. And so AI replacing coders it's nonsense. All of the layoffs that we are seeing right now in the tech market is due to the short-term outlook. It's because the firms that are laying people, like 18,000 people laid off Microsoft. It is because we are entering economic slowdown, easily recognizable, something similar to 2008 recession. We are entering a recession, and so all of these companies are laying people. They have a short-term outlook. They want to satisfy the investors short-term, and so they are getting rid of people. The excuse is that these jobs are being replaced by AI, but that's obviously nonsense. AI cannot reason. AI cannot reason. AI cannot solve mathematical equations. AI cannot code. All AI can do is write code from GitHub and steal it, from GitHub. But it cannot write a real code. It cannot reason. And in the second part of this video, we will talk about more how AI really works. So AI is a compression-based algorithm with laws. Compression with laws. So for example, many of you may have had this experience. For example, if you take a picture on your phone and then you send it through social media, for example, Facebook or any other, your picture that has been a big, gorgeous, huge picture is being compressed by the social media and being sent as a smaller picture. And if someone views the picture, it's not as good colors. That is because it's a compression with loss. Similarly, AI works very, very similar. It's an algorithm, compression-based algorithm with a loss. So how does this work in practice? I will hopefully have a beautiful infographic created somewhere here, hopefully. But in practice, it works that you will write a prompt. you will write a text that you want something specific from the AI to do, and that it compares everything with all of the data that it has. It goes into the data, and then it basically goes through man-made filters. It goes through man-made filters where it compresses the information that is going out with a loss. So if we are talking about LMMs, about the large language models, they basically picked several keywords or phrases, and then they go through the man-made filters, and it filters out all of the phrases and words that are not going to end up on your screen. And so this is a lost. All of the words that would otherwise end up there and do not end up there are basically part of the loss. They have been lost throughout the process. And so that's why we call it a compression loss algorithm. AI cannot reason. AI cannot reason. What does that really mean? This is going to be very simplified explanation, but please bear with me. For example, take a equation, very easy equation, mathematical equation. 2 plus 2 equals, and then you would ask AI what is the correct answer. 2 plus 2 equals, and then it will, for example, spill out 4, or it will spill out 6, or it will spill out 37, or it will spill out 45. From the perspective of the algorithm, from the perspective of the AI, all of these answers could be potentially correct. It does not discriminate against all of these answers. You have to understand. It does not reason. It does not understand what 2 plus 2 means. It is simply just a compression loss algorithm, and so it will loses all of the answers, but it will spit out the only one that it believes is correct. So we know that 2 plus 2 is 4. We know that correct answer is 4. But the algorithm may think that the correct answer is, for example, 6. It does not differentiate between the answer 4 and 6. It doesn't understand there is no difference between the answer 4 and 6 or 37 or any other. It does not differentiate at all. It cannot reason. It cannot reason. It can, the prompt basically goes through the man-made filters, and the man-made filters will create a set of circumstances where it will spill out only 4, but it only does that because some man-made coder wrote it into it, because the coder created the reasoning. But AI itself cannot reason. AI itself does not understand any of it. AI does not reason. It cannot calculate. It only simply follows a simple instruction. It's a compression loss algorithm. For example, we can see this with the latest update of ChatGPT. In the latest update of ChatGPT, a lot of people call this a version enabler, or agree with everything ChatGPT, or that is because the OpenAI developers noticed that a lot of people started using ChatGPT as a form of psychiatrist, as a form of a therapy, and so they created a lot of these filters, a lot of these man-made filters they have created in order to basically agree with you. If you are spilling your struggles, it will agree with you. It will not go against you in any shape or form, because it believes that therapy is simply just by agreeing with people. That's basically what the developers in OpenAI think that therapy looks like, which is obviously not true. But they have simplified all of the knowledge of the human psyche into just agreeing with everything. It's just such a nonsense, obviously. But basically, they have tried to create a ChatGPT that agrees with everything you do, that does not go against you, that is basically your enabler friend. That's because they noticed that ChatGPT has been used as a psychiatrist a lot, but this obviously is man-made. I want to stress out that this is created because of the man-made filters that we talked about. And that is one of the examples that you can see the algorithm, suppressing all of the negativity, losing all of the negativity, and only displaying the positive answers because it goes through these man-made filters. Now listen guys, I have mainly made this video as a follow-up to the video about AI and robots replacing human beings in the workforce. And I have made this video specifically in order to show you that even though this feels very scary and this feels like a lot of jobs are being lost and replaced by AI, the reality is that AI is not as powerful as everybody is making it seem to be, and there will definitely 100% be jobs in the future. Similarly, like I have mentioned in the video, there has been a huge revolution in the agriculture industry, and a lot of jobs has been lost in the agriculture. Before the First World War, up to 60% of the entire labor force in the United States has been farming, has been in agriculture, and now it's almost less than 10%. So a lot of jobs in agriculture has been lost, and yet our society still works. We have found new jobs, and we have found new things to do for money, and there will definitely 1000% will be new jobs created in the future. And also I want to stress out, AI is not as powerful as everybody is making it to seem to be. This is the main point of this video. Also, I have a huge, big furry announcement to make. One of our investigative journalists, Poppy Gloria, has been able to secure an interview with Bigfoot.
Thank you for coming out here into the wilderness. And thank you for having me on your podcast.
So make sure to check out that video. Make sure to look out for that video on my channel. It's going to be up soon. Also, make sure to smash that like button. Make sure to smash that subscribe button. Check out the video here. Check out the video there. And guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.